figure out what's the best way to make these cars safe, way to make the racetrack safer, safer of all technology. This is where it pays off in a situation like this, because that was one of the scariest crashes I've seen in a long time. We're both looking at the monitor here on the screen.
You can see there's NASCAR officials on the scene right there with the safety crews.
Yeah, there's a guy there that looks like he's talking to Ryan Newman as he sits there, just making sure that he's okay and understanding what is taken.
We are being told we can get confirmation from NASCAR next door that they have confirmed with Ryan he is awake and alert. And the reason they are doing this is because of what we just talked about, the limited access. The roof is pushed down. They're having trouble getting to Ryan, so rather than trying to squeeze him out of a narrow opening, they're going to go ahead. The car's already destroyed, so they're going to go ahead and try to pull the roof off so they can pull him out of the car without having any problems with getting him against some of this sharp metal in the narrow areas.
I think if they had some injuries they thought that were serious, that they need to get him out quickly, they would be doing a lot quicker job here. But now they're just going to be methodical, knowing that he's okay. They can be very methodical about how they take this roof off and get Ryan out of the car without causing any further injury.
We were so hoping we would escape the big one. This is not a big one in terms of numbers of cars, but in terms of the violence of the rollover by Ryan Newman, the contact. And we'll show you again what happened here to bring out this caution. Watch here. There's the Ryan Newman's car. Tony Stewart there, his teammate.
You can see Tony Stewart was running up on the car in front of him, and instead of hitting, he rolled out of the throttle, and Ryan Newman had a big run. And when he kind of saw what was happening, he had to turn left, and that shot him across in front.
He was actually getting a little bit of a shove from Marcus Ambrose, too.
Yep.
Almost all the cars were touching going down the backstretch.
Now watch Marcus Ambrose's onboard camera as the 39 car comes across in front of him.
See right here, he gets that. The second hit, that shot him over in front of the 29, and then when he got turned around backwards when the car lifted off. See, that bump there, that turned Tony.
Wow.
You can see the car up in the air down on the inside. Unbelievable.
Lands upside down on the hood of the 29 car of Kevin Harvick. Now watch it as it happened in real time. Now the roof being peeled away, sheet metal peeled back. They've cut some of the support bars. They have an area behind Talladega Speedway where they have cars that they have specifically built to train these guys to do this. There's the last bar being cut. They folded back, and now they should be able to get, and Ryan Newman climbing out. How about that?
Wow. What a great sight that is.
Wow, how safe are these race cars that NASCAR have these teams build now? Got a little mud on him, but otherwise none the worse for wear.
That's good to see.
Yeah, when you got to dust the grass off of you, and that's the worst thing, that's a pretty good day. It's unfortunate. He did a great job all day long. Just getting down here to the end of the race and time to go.
Again, here's the accident. 5 laps to go at Talladega. Chain reaction, the 14 gets in the wall, 39, contact with a 29, and suddenly he is airborne and comes to rest right on the hood of the 29 car of Harvick right there. And then across the racetrack, the pirouette and the roll. Well, Elliott Sadler did a nice job to get his car woe down and not just hit that 39 coming up across the racetrack.
Sure did.
We told you at the beginning of the day how difficult it is for the wives to watch their husbands get in these cars and risk it all at 200 miles an hour. This is Ryan Newman's car coming to rest, and there's his wife, Chrissy Newman. She was headed back to the care center immediately to be able to be there when her husband arrived. And there he is climbing out of the car just moments ago, Ryan Newman, and this crowd appreciating not only what these drivers do, but how safe these cars really are. Under a red flag at Talladega, Ryan Newman walks away. We'll come back with a restart in just a moment.
At the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Amp Energy 500, race 7 in the chase for the Sprint Cup, a red flag with just 3 laps to go. The remains of Ryan Newman's car being hauled away. Newman getting turned upside down on the back straightaway, and after some time extricated from his car just fine and walked away from the machine. Normally we think of the big wreck at Talladega as involving 15 or 20 cars. This one only involved 5, but it definitely qualifies as a big wreck. In the pit studio, Alan Destrup, Rusty Wallace, Brad Daugherty, and Ray Evernham. You saw Tony Stewart's car, Kevin Harvick's car, Marcos Ambrose's car, Elliott Sadler's also involved in that wreck, plus the car of Ryan Newman. So we sit under the red flag with 3 laps of racing left to go. For these guys that are out there, they've been going at it all day. Now they've got to hit the reset button, and all the marbles are on the line. Now what?
Now it's game on. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we saw with 25 laps to go, they felt like they had to go then with 25. Now they've only got 3 laps to go. Hey, they're going to be on the throttle hard. They know they're out of time now. They got to make something happen. And I really think we're going to see one whale of a finish again and maybe another wreck. I hope not, but it's got all the makings of it.
One of our top stories of the day, Jimmy Johnson, the championship leader, been employing the hang back at the back of the pack strategy. He's still toward the back of the pack as we sit under this red flag 22nd spot. Brad, how's this unfold for him?
You know, he has advanced, though. He's come up. He's moved himself up about 6 spots. He drove through this wreck. Watch this. He's right here sitting behind Martin Truex, cruising along. He sees Ambrose and Harvick and Ryan Newman go left, and he just cruises right through, doesn't get into him too hard. So he's moved up to 22nd position, and there's a lot of racing left. Even though there's only 6 laps, there's going to be another one, I think, and he's going to move up even further.
He could still easily get a top 10 out of this thing. Ray, Jamie McMurray leads, Matt Kenseth second, Casey Kane third, Jeff Gordon sits in 5th. You're the crew chief of one of these cars. You call your guy down pit road, or does he have what he's going to have?
No, I think that there's not enough time left to come down pit road. If he's not run through any debris and your car's good, you got to leave him out. Spoke to Steve Letarte this morning. He said if they could come out of here within double digits of Jimmy Johnson, that would be a good day for them. So they're in pretty good shape to do that if Jimmy can't get through with 3 laps to go.
If Jimmy can't get through with 3 laps to go. Wow. Woo. You know, you talk about the safety designed into these cars and so on. Well, Ryan Newman not only took the big backflip and landed on the roof, then hit the wall, then tumbled a few times and had a couple of hard hits on his way down the banking. Pretty remarkable that they still had to cut that cage to get him out of the car that it held that much.
You get out and you just say, thank you, NASCAR, because that's a safe race car.
All right, so the red flag has just been withdrawn, and the field beginning to roll under the caution. And Vince, the work to repair Tony Stewart's car begins.
Yes, Tony Stewart, the car owner for Ryan Newman, but sustained pretty significant damage in his own right. The right front damage in the rear as well. And then also when Tony came to the garage, his brake pedal went all the way to the floor, so he thought maybe that a brake line was cut as well. So the team has been investigating. They've not been able to work on the car until actually the red flag is removed. And Tony definitely wants to get back out there, even though there are only a few laps left, because at Talladega, you never know what may happen in these final laps, and you may be able to pick up a couple of extra spots and some extra points, Doc.
So they work on the 14 car, and after a 12-minute and 35-second red flag, they are rolling the cars here under the caution flag. Now, some of these guys did not top off before, so including the 88 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr., going to wonder how close he may be on fuel. He's being shown right now back in the 8th position. There is Dale Jr., the 5-time Talladega winner.
Saw Jamie McMurray and Matt Kenseth running right on the apron. That would tell me that they're running a little bit low on fuel and want to make sure that they don't let the fuel get away from the pickup. See quite a few other cars there too. Mark Martin, one of those. Kyle Busch.
So we mentioned McMurray has not won a race since Daytona in July of 2007. That's 85 races ago.
The most vulnerable part of this, as far as the fuel situation, is on the restart. That's when that car is going to be more than likely going to stumble. Got to be watching for that, and other cars that even are not worried about fuel have to be watching for other cars that may stumble in front of them. They are getting the one to go as they go by the flag.
Let's go back and show you why we had the red flag in the most violent crash of the day with 5 laps to go. There's the impact by the 14 car, 39 around, and watch the 39 car lift. See Harvick on the binders. Look at the 19 car of Elliott Sadler up high, just jumping on the brakes to keep from his car. He had led numerous laps here today. The 47 of Ambrose sliding by. He contacts the outside wall.
Yeah, you saw the roof flaps deploy on the 39, but it still, with that angle that it had, it still got up in the air. Let's get down and talk to Jamie, who's got Ryan Newman.